This is AT Boong. I'm here with Mohammed, Osama,
Hi.
Sheed. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
So today we are covering two video sessions um, presented by past Moreland teachers in their respective classrooms. We'll offer our take of these videos, like what are some positive and negatives, and also offer a recommendation of these teachers, their performance in the classroom. So Mohammed, thank you for joining me today. And you may
Oh,
join.
you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, AT.
Sure. You may start when you're ready, okay?
Okay. So yeah, we have to watch two videos. A physical in class one and an online one. And I'm a kindergarten teacher now. So in the platform, I watch the pre-K to two physical video and the pre-K to two online video. So as for the physical one, it was a 20-minute video. And the video honestly was very busy. It was a female teacher, and the class environment was very engaged. Everyone knew what they were doing. It was like a really well-oiled machine. So the norms of that class were very positive. Um, Wrong answers were encouraged. So uh, the teacher didn't care about spelling. She just wanted kids to understand, this is a concept. It doesn't matter if you get the wrong answer. So that was very positive. I like that. In the beginning of the class, it was lots of collaboration. She would give each individual table like a group task. But at the end of the class, it was a lot of independent work. So this teacher, she had a lot of variety in her class. Another norm was she encouraged hard work and she encouraged lots of critical thinking. She was really, really pushing the students. So it almost looked very aggressive. But then I realized, she's just trying to make the kids work harder. The kids were very interested as well. So the norms of this class were, as well as the classroom atmosphere, was very hardworking. Um, Hard work was encouraged and wrong answers were encouraged. Um, there was also a lot of activities in the class. There was uh, activities with paper, activities by looking at a PowerPoint. Um, so I can't really think of any recommendations for that class. The teacher, she looked like she knew what she was doing. So yeah, the norms of the class were very, very positive. The other video, it was an online video, and it was very similar. It was similar to the physical one in that both teachers knew what they were doing. They had a very positive classroom norm, and their procedure and the way they carried the class was very good. But the difference is that the physical class was um I'm actually not sure what the subject was, but it was English related. Could be geography, could be science, but that was a physical class. But the online class was actually a music class.
Okay.
The teacher was African American, and it was very obvious it was a music class, specifically a singing class. So he's literally singing his way like through the class. I don't know if you saw the pre-K to two class or not. You saw another grade, but yeah, if you see the pre-K to two video for the online version, it's an African American teacher and he's teaching the kids how to sing, and the students were very engaged, and it was very positive. He knew what he was doing. He taught many things like pitch and how to differentiate the different pitches. So yeah, the norm and the classroom environment was very positive. I can't really give any recommendations
Okay.
because if I really if I really nitpick and I try to become picky with it, you know, I can't really say that he can prepare more or he can be more positive or he can have more games involved because he seemed like he knew what he was doing. Actually, there's one thing that if I really have to, criticize the online video for the early childhood online lesson is that he had just one individual activity and that's it.
Okay.
So one of the students, he would make them uh sing a note, and the other students have to copy that note to make sure that all students know that they're all having the same pitch. So one student thinks that this note is one pitch, another student thinks that that same note is a completely different pitch. That's not okay. So you try to make sure that everyone was on the same pitch. Again, this is very picky. He already had an individual activity in there.
Right.
I just think there should be more.
Okay. So I guess maybe
So both videos. Yeah,
they were both great videos and great teachers.
both great videos, both great classroom
No
climates,
recommendations
both very
either.
positive.
Okay,
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So which videos did you watch?
I guess I'll be checking that video out later on.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
I watched two elementary school this one, which is in the I think international school. This one right here, the third to fifth grade in an international school here in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So several things. Um, let's see. She showed her lesson plan. So like throughout her class, she showed her lesson plan and all the activities that she intends to do. So very specific, very organized. And she has the success criteria that she went over, like what needs to be done. So some of the criteria that needs to be done for her project, for these projects that these kids are doing. She has control of her classroom. You didn't have students running around all over the place and scream out the answer. They all sat nicely. They raised their hand when they want to give the answer. So yeah, she has her classroom management down. She has students work in groups, and it was a good move on her part. I thought. She allowed them to use Google Class. I noticed that with the groups that were weaker in terms of English and their level, she was able to gave them easier questions to work with. So, for example, the projects involve countries. So, still some students work with Japan, other countries work with Vietnam, other countries work with Netherlands, and I forgot what the other one was. And so, what they did was they look at maybe styles and clothing and food and transportation, and they compare them to Vietnam. Compare and contrast. She also used Class Dojo to give points. As a classroom management. What I find interesting about this classroom is that when she present material on her projector, she used three languages. I noticed they were in English, Vietnamese, and Chinese. I thought it was really cool. So the students don't
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
cultural heritage and language. They go home and they can still maintain their language, even though this is an English classroom instructed. Um, and that's it.
Okay. Well, I noticed that one difference between the videos that I watched and one of the videos that you watched is that your first video with the grade 3 students with the female teacher in Vietnam, there was pretty there's a lot of languages.
Mm, yeah,
So mine was it was just English and just another maybe Chinese or another language.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the only difference that I found between the videos.
Okay.
Yeah, do you
Um,
see any similarities or differences between what I said and what you said?
I mean, I didn't see your video, so I don't know the specific, but I
Yeah,
know the similarities with that they were both music classes.
yeah.
And
That's okay.
based on your presentation with that class, I noticed maybe perhaps both teachers know music theory very well. They know their craft, and they're probably musicians
Yeah,
because my teacher just played the guitar in class. I'm
yeah.
sure they're probably very enthusiastic and love music, so therefore it projects out to the students. So those are the
Yeah.
similarities, I think.
Yeah,
And the
I think
difference, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
I think we both think that, we just mentioned four teachers. There was a music teacher that I talked about, the other female teacher. You talked about that other blonde teacher in the third grade class, and finally the Indian teacher. I think we can like agree that they all knew what they were doing. They
Yeah,
all were pretty well prepared. So it was pretty positive. That their norms were pretty positive. They probably have a lot of class rules.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
sure they
yeah.
probably had a lot of experience as well. And they
Oh yeah.
both of my teachers teach at international school. So it's not like you have variety. It's not like you have public schools or like English center or private schools. It's both international school, like top schools in the city or,
Yeah, it's good
top
that we
one.
can find is yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it's yeah, pretty big schools. It's good that we can find, similarities between what we just talked about. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Any
see much,
differences that
I mean, I don't see much differences. Do you? Do you, Mohammed?
not really. I mean, they're both pretty the norms are pretty, clear. The both teachers like, all four teachers, you and me combined,
Yeah.
they wanted, what's best for their kids. They had positive norms. They encouraged independence but also collaboration.
Right.
The Indian teacher with the guitar, he wanted to create a positive atmosphere. So no, I can't really think of any differences.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think a lot of similarities that I noticed. Okay. Thank you very much.